Okay, so let's keep it 100. It's not always easy to stick to a budget, but fortunately, we have some help today. Lynette Cox, aka the Money Coach, is here to share some tips on how you can stack your coins. Lynette, how you doing?
Thank you. I'm great. This is my favorite topic to talk about,
yes,
so I'm
yes.
really good. Yeah.
I'm really excited for you to come here. So let's get right into it. You know, creating a budget, that's one thing, but actually sticking to it. Any tips?
Right. A lot of tips. First of all, you have to have the right mindset. So many people say, they look at a budget like it's a four-letter word. You have to kind of banish that mindset. You have to think about a budget as your spending plan of action. It's the thing that's going to help you to manage two super important things in your life. The two C's, cash, and that cash flow is really important, and frankly, your credit as well. So first off, start with the right mindset. Initially, people who want to start a budget have to think about doing something that they hate to do. They really have to take a look at their expenses. You can't start a realistic budget, something that's sustainable, that you'll be able to stick with, if you don't know what's going out the door and what's coming in the door. So you have to observe what I call rule number one of budgeting. You can't spend more than you actually earn, you know?
Say that again, say that again.
You cannot spend more than you earn. It sounds like a basic rule, and of course it is. Problem is 70% of Americans don't do that.
That's huge.
That's why we have so many people going into debt. And I'm not judging, because I was there too. I used to be in debt, and I wrote a New York Times bestseller about getting out of credit card debt. But if you keep overspending, you're never going to be able to budget wisely. So cash is important. Another mistake that a lot of people make is that they don't jumpstart their budget efforts. And this is what I mean by that.
See, that's why it's very easy to overspend when you're thinking about all of this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well,
crazy.
Because there's temptation around you everywhere. But to jumpstart your efforts, you need some cash to the side. For example, we were chatting before, and I was saying, going into the fourth quarter of the year, holidays are going to be upon us. People are going to be tempted to spend and get into debt. Big mistake. Have some cash on the side to be able to deal with not only the holiday spending and whatnot, as opposed to going into extra debt, but put aside some money for emergencies. That's why people fail to budget on an ongoing basis effectively, because they don't have any cash to deal with the emergencies.
Something happens, definitely. So what are some common pitfalls on just staying on a budget?
Okay, one is that the people who don't have tracking mechanism in place, whether it's a spreadsheet, a written thing, an electronic program like a Mint, which is a free website that'll help you to track. If you don't know what you're actually spending, it's so easy to go overboard. Temptation on the credit card side comes in because most people aren't tracking their credit and their spending. A lot of great resources people can use, and you should track your consumption, your spending. You should track your credit scores. CreditSesame.com, for example, is a place where you can track your credit, get tips about maintaining a healthy credit rating. You can get free credit scores every single month. But even beyond that, the folks who aren't properly budgeting, 9 times out of 10, they've done something that they don't recognize, which is they're indiscriminately spending on a lot of little things. They have subscriptions, they're taking cash out the ATM.
Don't need.
Right, or they're taking it for granted how much they're spending on things like lunch out every day. They're not adding up all the small purchases.
And those little small things lead to big things.
Add up in a major way.
These are like amazing tips. Where can our viewers find more information? I'm
like
writing this all down.
Good.
Here.
I'm on social media everywhere. Everything is The Money Coach, and my free financial advice site is askthemoneycoach.com.
Thank you so much, Lynette. We appreciate you.
My pleasure.